Hello and welcome to this walkthrough of how to deploy a custom skill built with the Analysis Skill Kit into the Analysis context menu. Now, for those who are unfamiliar with the Analysis context menu, we have a number of out-of-the-box skills that utilize it, where if you do something such as resolution note generation, summarization, even configuring an email address, you may have noticed that there's this little sparkle icon that appears when you highlight some text. This is Analysis context menu. And what it allows you to do is to call certain generative AI functionality to help augment the text. So these are the out-of-the-box options, such as you can elaborate on this, you can shorten it, and it will conduct something like this, where you then can refine and perform additional options, copy the input, or simply insert it to replace the text. Now, what we'll be building today is actually using the Analysis Skill Kit skill that I've created, where I'm actually doing one that corrects the grammar and according to American English writing conventions. The input for this particular skill is that of just a string input text, and we're just going to output the corrected text with proper grammar according to American English writing conventions. So in this scenario, I've written my prompt, finalized it. I need to go to Skill Settings, Deployment Settings, and then be sure to tick the Analysis Context menu box. Now, once you save this, that means they'll be available for you as a deployment option, and you can actually publish your skill. Once you've published your skill, we can go into the Analysis Admin Console and find our skill. I've deployed it to the platform area. Where I can find my skill, which I've already activated. But to go through, just make sure that you've actually set the toggle to true for the Analysis context menu within the display options. Click Save and Continue, and then Done. Now that our skill is activated, we need to connect it to the Analysis context menu. To do so, we go to Analysis Experiences, click on Analysis context menu, and then if you click on Skills, you should see your custom skill available here. Now you might have to activate it, but all that does, again, is just make sure that it's active here. If we go back, we now need to create a configuration record. Now, what this does is essentially determines where and how the Analysis context menu should present to users, and which skills are available for use within it. In your scenario, you'll be creating a new one, but I'll just go through the pre-existing one to show you what that setup looks like. So in this scenario, I just call it check grammar. I determine the table name of where I want the Analysis context menu to appear, because I just want it on particular fields within the problem table. However, you can also select custom location, and this is where you can actually host the output within a component created within UI Builder. And you can also select to either do a modeless window, which is a draggable and resizable window, which you saw just then, or you can do an embedded card, which is just static and is fixed within the page layout. In our scenario, we're just going to have the context menu appear for a particular field on that problem table. So we are going to put it in the workaround field. We can click Save and Continue. Within the trigger option, we can decide which of those actions we want to have available for the user to conduct on that text. Now, all the ones except for correct grammar and the calculate story points and priority are out of the box ones available for you with various analysis packages. And all we want to do today is allow for them to correct the grammar. So we're going to select that. Down here is if you want to have follow-up actions that are available after you've done that initial action, you can select that to have the answer shortened perhaps, or elaborated upon after they've generated that first initial one. And then you can also add actions. Now, if you select share, this means that they'll be able to share the output from the Now.Sys context menu to a field within that page, or they can simply insert it into that text field like we saw earlier on. You can also allow for them to provide feedback on the recommendation or not. This is just a simple thumbs up or thumbs down that they can give. You can also test it on a particular record. You can see what this looks like. Now, we're not providing any text, so it just says the provided text is empty. We can click done. We then need to go to the quick actions table to connect the input from the input to the input expected by the skill. So if we return to Now.Sys skill kit, what we mean that here is actually connecting the text from that field to the input we have here. Now, the easiest way to get there is through that method I just showed there, where you click on the link underneath the deployment settings of link to the Now.Sys context menu action. Now, most of this is done for you. You can change the name of it if you want a particular name to be displayed to users. But what you'll have to do here is if we scroll down, this is creating the payload that contains, this is a selected text. So if the user has highlighted the text and then clicks on the menu, that information will be within this field. So we're creating a payload. And then down here is an important line of code that you will have to add to make sure that this skill actually works. So what we need to do is add to our payload the variable name of the skill input. Now, my one was called input text. If we return to the skill, we can see this is the name of the skill input text. So that's the name that the request requires. We then are going to pass in from the JSON payload what was selected. So what the user had been highlighting, and that's going to be what we pass in for the LLM to actually correct the grammar of. Down here is where we get the response and actually make the LLM call. But all this is automatically generated for you. This is the only line of code you're likely to have to do. So let's save this and see what this looks like. So if we return to our workspace and go to our problem table, I'll just refresh it. And if I scroll down, if you remember, we published the Now.Sys context menu to the workaround field. So you can see here that our Now.Sys context menu has appeared. And if we click on this, it's going to review the grammar and have the model output displayed to the user. If you're anything like me, you don't want to just display the entire JSON response from the LLM to the user. You just want the text to contain Eliza was here. So to do so, we're going to go to a table, and I'll show this to you in a second, called sys OneExtend capability definition. You should find a related record that was automatically created based on your custom skill, which in our scenario was the correct grammar one. So we're going to open that record up, click on Advanced, and you should see both the preprocessor and post-processor scripts. Now, for these scripts operate both before the response is sent to the LLM and then also afterwards. So this is what we're going to be using to actually modify the output from the LLM into that human readable format that we want to display. Now to do so, we're actually going to create a new variable called model outputs. And this actually just takes that JSON object, and we actually pass out both from the result, we've got the response, and then actually retrieves the model output. This model output is then set as actual response, overriding that original one that, if you remember, looks something like this, where it says model underscore output equals Eliza was here. It gets to be too much. So we're essentially overriding this entire response from the LM with simply Eliza was here. You can use this exact code as well within the script. It shouldn't be changed. It shouldn't need to be changed for your individual circumstances. So we can save this record and return to our service operations workspace to look at the problem. If we scroll down, find our context menu and click on the context menu, we now see that the response only contains the actual output from the LLM. Now you can insert that to replace it. You also have the option to copy or thumbs up and thumbs down. So I hope this was helpful. Have a good rest of your day.